Oh, there once was a hero named Lucien Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous. Even though he started in a key that was a little bit too low there, but we're rolling with it. Or maybe they won't notice if we pull off a slight key change. A slight key change there. I don't think anyone noticed now. What if we pull off another key change? Nobody's noticed that we've pulled off a key change there. Oh, there once was a hero named Lucien Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous. Still a bit low. Oh, there once was a hero named Lucien Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous. There we are. That's a key we can actually sing in. Note that one down for the future, Joseph. Except I don't have perfect pitch, so I don't know what key this actually is. But it feels alright. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragonborn comes. With a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nero Arts. Believe, the dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. Believe, the dragonborns come. Or even you'll know. Not believe, but there we are. Dovakin, alogzin los varin, vadein vocul mefera castval, ac fin orok pal granfanost hun zindrozan. Dovakin fahin kogan mudral. Ba-da, ba-ba-ba-dum, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum, bum-bum-ba-dum, ba-dum-bum-ba-dum, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum, bum-bum-bum-ba-bum-bum, bum-bum-ba-dum, cha-cha, bum-bum-ba-dum, cha-cha, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum ba bum 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 ba ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum ba dum ba ba da ba bum bum ba dum ba ba da ba da ba 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 da 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 Yeah. Oh, how the wind's wings they did darken the sky. His raw fury's fire and his scale sharpened scythes. Men ran and they cowered and they fought and they died. They burned and they bled as they issued their cries. We need saviors to free us from Alduin's rage, heroes on the field of this new war to rage. And if Alduin wins, man is gone from this world, lost in the shadow of the black wings unfurled. But then came the tongues on that terrible day. Steadfast as winter, they entered the fray. And all heard the music of Alduin's doom, the sweet song of Skyrim, sky-shattering Thum. And so the tongues freed us from Alduin's rage, gave the gift of the voice, ushered in a new age. And if Alduin's eternal, then eternity's done, for his story is over, and the dragons are gone. Ba, do, ra, ya, do, ra, ya, da, da, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, Jovakin, la da da da, Jovakin, la da 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 da. Da 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 da. Mr. Ruffles is here. Hello! Greetings, people of Twitch. It is I, me. I hope you enjoyed the music. I was just setting everything up and thought I would provide some entertainment for you. So there you go. Hope that was fun. How are you all doing? Oh, thank you, Nuna. You're being very kind about my singing. Most appreciated. Is everyone having a lovely day? I hope you're having a lovely weekend wherever you are in the world. Hello, Kindleshard. Hello, Thana. Hello, Valkyrie. Hello, Stalia. Hello, Bingle Owo. Hello... Oh, that's it. That's the list. Those are all the people. Everyone who's spoken in the chat so far anyway. Who else have we got? We have Macon. We have Ladybug Art and Games. We have Jilted Pug. We have Big Red Zenial. Six Glitz. I'm calling you all out because I can see you in the chat. We have... That's it. Oh, and me. Joseph Russell UK. Hello, Joseph Russell UK. That's fine. I also accept it now. I can also call myself Mr. Joe Ruffles. That's fine. It's a very windy Saturday here in the UK. Positively gale force. Not actually gale force, just wind. Considering it's been absolute glorious sunshine for the last few days. We've even had rain today, you know. Not acceptable. Anyway, hello! Ladybug Art and Games and Big Red Zennial. I have not seen you on a stream before, so it's wonderful to have you join. I hope you're doing well. Also, Bingle Owo, if I've forgotten you, I apologise, but I don't remember seeing you here before either. So it's wonderful to have new people as well. It's also lovely to have all you regular people. Everyone, it's all lovely. Thank you for tuning in. So today I'm going to, I'm working on Lucien, same as usual, and like last time, I'm in a sort of run at the moment of doing patches, small patches, for the Creation Club stuff at the moment, because I think it's good to get the official DLC kind of ticked off, and it's quite quick. It lends itself quite well to streaming, I think, doing these Creation Club patches, because they're really small, and I can pretty much get them all done during the course of a 2 or 3 hour stream. Like on Thursday, we did Plague of the Dead, and I started that at the beginning of the stream, and by the end of the 3 hours, we'd done all the recording, we'd done all the implementing, you know, it was just a matter of testing and bug fixing, which I did, and then released on Friday. So, it'll be great to, do another one, I think. I was going to do Ruin's Edge. Don't know what you guys think of that. If only you have that Creation Club thing, it should be very quick, because it's literally just one very, very short quest and a weapon to add commentary for. So I'm thinking I can rattle it off pretty rapid. Get the recording done today in the stream, maybe even get some testing done and release it like tomorrow or something would be nice. So that's sort of what I'm thinking of doing. Hope that's suitably entertaining. If you guys have any questions at any point or just want to say hi or chat about whatever you like, feel free. I'll try and keep quite active in the chat, responding to your questions and stuff. Just chill out with me, really. And yeah, if you want to know what I'm doing exactly in the creation kit as I do it, like why I'm doing things, feel free to ask. I'm very happy to explain. Yeah. Big Red Zennial says, I'm a faithful follower of the Lucien the Dragonborn show. Marvellous! Glad you're enjoying that. Yeah, got another episode. Need to film the new episode, actually. I haven't filmed that yet. That's something to do either this evening or tomorrow. Get that ready for Tuesday. Looking forward to cracking on with the Forgotten City questline. And Bingle, I haven't popped in a stream yet, but I joined the Discord last week. I did the Sherlock Lucien. The Sherlock Lucien that I was going to share for Fan Art Friday, and then I forgot all about it, and now it's Saturday, so I might have to save it for next week. Don't know. Or maybe I'll just post it on Monday. Who cares? Why should I be limited to Fan Art Friday? I could do fan art any day of the week. So yeah, cool. Let's fire up the old C. Well, we need to start with SSE Edit. That's the way to do it. And then switch over to the CK when we're at that point. Let me just turn on my screen sharing thingamawhatsit. Screen avec camera. That's French for screen with camera, don't you know? I am very forgetful. I also haven't shared some of Mayken's art that she did ages ago. She did a brilliant one of Octavius Flavius that I was going to share. That's the main character from my Elder Scrolls Online streams. And there have been several others that I kept asking if I can share them for Fan Art Friday, and then I forget. But what can you do? You know, I've always got so much on my plate. But yeah, I will remember them. I'm sorry, I've been forgetting. You need to nudge me, Macon. When it's a Friday and I haven't posted any fan art, send me a ping on Discord to say, Oi Joe, you've not posted anything, because we have a whole backlog of your wonderful stuff that it would be lovely to share. So, yeah, ping me, guys, when it's Friday. Otherwise I forget. Yeah, well, it's lovely to have you here live, Ladybug. I'm just going to call you Ladybug. I'm not going to say arts and games all the time, because that takes far too many syllables. But it's really lovely to have you here live. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for being so kind about Lucien. I am just going to shift this chat box, because I don't know what it is doing up there. Let's put it somewhere more sensible. Let's put it sort of down there. Someone get Joseph a bigger plate. Yeah, always up for a bigger plate. Does that look alright above my face there? I think that looks alright. I'm happy with that. That's a good place for the chat box. Right. So, yes, SSE Edit, here we are. we want to fire up Lucien. And we want to fire up Ruin's Edge. There it is. Lucien and Ruin's Edge. There you go. It's my air saxophone there for you. Right, so we need to set these as masters now for a new file. So I'm just going to do my normal, slightly hacky tactic of doing a copy as override into a new file with an ESL flag, which we're going to call Lucien Ruin's Edge Patcheroony. Just patch, but there you go. Boop. I'm going to delete the art object. So now we've got that as a master for the file, and then we go like that, and when we go add masters, and then we need to add Lucien. There we go, patch created. So we now have our basic patch template thing ready, which is all set for us to open up in the creation kit and start filling out with sweet, sweet content, as they say. So, Ruin's Edge, what do we know about that, people? As I understand, it's the preferred bow of Lady Syl, Duchess of Mania? Or is it Dementia? I always forget, I need to look that up on UESP. Anyway, big dog in the Shivering Isles, Lady Syl. It could be pronounced Sile, I can't remember. Is it Seal or Sile? Anyway, she has Ruin's Edge, and she gave it to the champion of Cyrodiil, who obviously went on to start a new career as a mad god. But it ended up with him, and then it ended up in Skyrim somehow. So I haven't yet decided whether Lucien would know about the bow's past. It's usually good to let him talk about lore. So it might be nice to add a reference to it. You totally should stream. You see, I was really shy when I started streaming. And then I found sort of within 1 or 2 streams, I really got into the swing of it. And I feel really comfortable doing it now. So, you know, it's just, I think it just comes with practice, really. You become more relaxed as you stream, so you should totally do it. You should totally stream. Please stream. Everyone should stream. Streaming's great. The Lost Skeleton says, what are you working on, Joseph? Are you updating Lucien? Yes, I am working on a optional plugin for Lucien to give him commentary for the Ruin's Edge Creation Club file. It's going to be very quick. I'm hoping to rattle it off in the course of this stream. Get it through developing and voicing and testing, hopefully, and maybe release it later on, like tomorrow or something. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Champion of Cyrodiil, not necessarily a he. No, of course not. Of course, not necessarily a he. Could be a she or a they. Or an it. Or anything, really. So we need to be careful when we're talking about, if we talk about the Champion of Cyrodiil at all in this, not to use any pronouns for them, because we need to respect everyone's possible versions of Oblivion. Macon says Lucien the Lore Master. Yep, that's Lucien. He knows all the things. I think it's nice, you know, to have a sort of immersion-sanctioned way of dumping exposition on the player that they might not know. So Lucien fills that role quite nicely, I think. So we're going to create a new quest, which is going to be called J.R. Lucien, because that's what we prefix all our quest names with. J.R. Lucien, CC. Yay, thank you for the bits, Bingle! 100 bits with the cute little hearts. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you. You are lovely. J.R. Lucien, CC. Ruin's Edge. And it hurts me not to have the apostrophe there, but you can't have it. It won't accept it if we have one in the ID. So, we're going to call it Ruin's Edge. We're going to give it some basic quests. 0, 10, Quest stages. I'll just give it 0, 10, and 100, because to be honest, we might not need many stages. We can always add them in later. I still haven't actually played Oblivion yet. I need to get around to doing that. I've literally just done the first 5 minutes of it and never got... I'm gonna do it on a stream sometime. I'm gonna dive back into it on a stream. Might tell the story of one of Lucien's ancestors through it, like his great granddaddy or something. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do about it, but I will. I would love to play Oblivion. Yeah, no, I've heard. Obviously, fantastic. It's Elder Scrolls. Like, how can it not be great? Of course, it'll be great. But yeah, it's just got to get around to that sometime. So, we've now created this quest. So the next thing we need to do is fire up the internet and jump on over to the UESP, Skyrim Unofficial Scrolls Pages Wiki thing, and have a gander at what's going on. Ruins Edge. Skyrim Ruins Edge. So it's got only 2 items in this. We've got the item, Ruins Edge, and we've got the quest, The Edge of Ruin. So those are the only 2 things Lucien can comment on here, which is why I think it'll be so quick to do. I love all the lore of the Shivering Isles. You know, there's so much because they had to completely develop the society, and there hasn't really been an Oblivion realm that's had the society of it laid out to that extent. There's that great book, I Was Summoned by a Mortal, which talks all about the Dremora, which is fascinating. And there's other stuff, obviously, talking about the Dremora and their culture. But the Shivering Isles, I think, is fascinating to read all about that. So I'd love to actually visit it in Oblivion. So, yeah. Martin, of course, Sheen Bean. Need to get to know him. An Amnesiac, Master Emerald. Thanks for a group of evil warlocks. That is mean of them warlocks. Sorry, I look over here when I'm reading your chat because I've got my laptop set up down here with the stream manager on it. So I've got your chat here and I've got what I'm doing here. So if you see me looking down there, I'm looking at your chat. Anyway, so here is the entire quest added by this creation. Spoilers, of course, for those of you who haven't yet played the Ruins Edge quest. But yeah, so you go to a cave. There's a bandit you got to kill who's got the bow. That's all there is. The problem with this one is it starts automatically as soon as you've installed the game. As soon as you install the DLC, this quest will start, unless you're using either my unofficial Ruins Edge patch update thing or Garfan's more recent and more up-to-date unofficial Creation Club patches collection. Either of those will delay the quest. My one will delay it until you've picked up a map in Jorvaska. Garfan's one will delay it just until you enter Stony Creek Cave. So those 2 patches will prevent this quest from starting automatically, but otherwise it'll start automatically. And the problem is, when it says, I found a map to the location of the fabled bow, Ruins Edge, that's the text of the quest. You didn't. So what are we going to do about that? How are we going to work Lucien into this immersively? What I did for the Stendar's Hammer patch was I had Lucien say, have you heard the rumours? They're keeping Stendar's Hammer at the museum in Markarth, yada yada, yada yada yada. That's what I said for that. Because it seems feasible that Lucien could have heard a rumour, because it's the sort of thing he'd be interested in. I imagine he'd be on museum mailing lists, you know, they'd want to let him know, because he's the sort of chump who'll go to all of these things at a drop of a hat and pay any amount of money to go and see them. So that made sense, but I don't think there's any reason Lucien would know about this bow in advance. There's no reason he would say, have you heard the rumours Ruins Edge is in a cave somewhere? That wouldn't be immersive. So it doesn't make sense for Lucien to comment on this until you're nearby it. Now, I was thinking Lucien is a wizard. He's an amateur wizard, but he has magical potency. He's able to sense magic to a certain extent because he's a mage. He's in touch with the flows of Aetherius. So, this is an incredibly powerful artifact, Ruins Edge. It's got a very strong enchantment on it. So, If it's got a very strong enchantment on it, it seems plausible that Lucien might sense that when he's nearby. So I'm thinking this quest should start, therefore, Lucien's first comment on this whole business should be when you are near Stony Creek Cave. And I think he will comment saying he can feel something. That's what I think he'll say. So I'm going to pop that under Misk. We're going to have some idle dialogue. I'm going to create that. J.R. Lucien CC Ruins Edge idle. And I think he's going to say, can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I don't think... powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate. It could be dangerous to leave unchecked. Unchecked? Ah, I think that works. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate it. Could be dangerous to leave unchecked. I don't like that last word, unchecked. Could be dangerous to leave for someone else to find. I've broken the character limit there. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate it. Could be dangerous to leave for someone else to find. I don't normally like flowing over the character limit, but... See you, Skeleton. Lovely to have you. Skeleton. Lovely to have you here. Enjoy your Monster Hunter. Yeah, he is civic-minded. I think it would be dangerous to leave for someone else to find. He's a nice chap, really. Yeah, we'll leave that as a neutral emotion. Here we go. Now, the location for this. Get is in... No. Get in... Getting current lock. There we go. And this is Stony Creek Cave location. There we go. Which will probably consist of the cave itself and the area around the cave. Given how Skyrim usually behaves. Let's just have a look. Stony Creek Cave looks like that. Obviously inhabited by bandits or some such. Inside, yep, sort of bandity. Oh, it's got different rooms in it, which is good. Cool. Basically a little bandit cave. Awesome. So probably Lucien will only really have time for one comment when he arrives. So can you feel that there's something here? Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate. It could be dangerous to leave for someone else to find. That's cool. Now, what I'm going to do, I think, is make it so that if the quest... No, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to try fiddling with the quest here because the text of the quest definitely says, I found a map to the location of the fabled Bow Ruins edge. So Lucien could justify you a role-playing reason to go into the cave if you don't have the quest active, if you've got one of these quest disabling mods active. But I don't think it makes sense for his line to actually start the quest because the text of the journal is that you found a map, not that Lucien told you. And I don't want to actually edit the text of the quest in this patch because that'll make it conflict with other patches. So I'm just going to say, by saying this line, when you are just outside Stony Creek Cave, it gives you a reason to investigate without necessarily conflicting if you've supposedly already found a map. Cool. So we've got that. Now, the conditions, of course, we need to condition this all properly. So starting with the quest data, we're going to condition this to say, this quest, all the dialogue on this quest can only be said by Lucien. Hello, Batty, welcome to the stream. I'm doing really well today, thank you. How are you? So we've got get his ID, JR, his actor JR Lucien. Now, one we forgot last time that I added in, I didn't actually add in until after I'd already released the patch, so I had to do a quick update, was an is sneaking check. You've got to have one of these to make sure that Lucien will not say any of these lines if he's sneaking. Because if he is, he only whispers. He doesn't say loud things. And I'm not planning on recording any particular whispered dialogue for this. Maybe I will, but no, I'm not planning on it. So at the moment, I'm going to put this is sneaking check on everything. Getting ready for graduation. That's very exciting. How are you? By what medium are you graduating, Batty? If obviously coronavirus lockdown is presumably still in place. Are you doing it over the internet or what? Are you actually going to a social distance ceremony? Hello, May. Glad to hear you're alive. That's what we like. Get in faction, that's what I want as well, to check that Lucien is currently recruited, and this is current follower faction, so you want to make sure that he's in that faction. And we're also going to make sure that the player is not in, or that Lucien, rather, is not in Dead Man's Drink. I don't want any of these to play in Dead Man's Drink, because that is where you recruit Lucien, and I don't want him to start rattling off this dialogue, potentially, depending on what we add, the moment you recruit him. You know, he's got to wait until he's at least outside to have a chance to sort of pick this stuff up. So, there we go. Got that, and that. Batty says, I think our ceremony is going to be a video call. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's still good. I know it's not quite the same as you might have imagined your graduation would be. But I hope it's great. You know, you should feel really proud of yourself. Mace has finally got out of bed and ate breakfast. My dog had captured my leg. Dogs do that. It's fiendish. But yes, being alive is always fun, that's for sure. Okay, right, so we've got get and sell. Is sneak. I'm happy with those conditions, so we're going to go back to the dialogue we just added. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic but chaotic. Now, this is going to be something that's only going to be said once. I'm going to give it a 24-hour cooldown to make sure that it's only said once. Now here, I need to fiddle around with some scripting. So, we're going to do get stage. JR Lucien. CC Ruins Edge. Has to be equal to 0, because this is the first comment. And then I am going to then create a script for it. So before I do that, I'm going to set my preferences in order to set a unique prefix for all the scripts coming from this mod to prevent them conflicting with other mods. So the prefix for this patch is going to be JR8, because this is the 8th patch I've made for Lucien. So JR8, 4 character limit, there you go. which means all my scripts now will start with JR8, which means they're not going to have the same name as other scripts and therefore overwrite them. Get owning quest dot set stage 10. So now, after Lucien's finished saying this line, the stage will be set to 10, which means this will no longer be true. So we've got 3 different things there preventing him from spamming the line, which is good. I'm now going to go to quest data again and set a priority for this quest. Priority is, the higher the value of priority, the higher priority it is when the game engine is evaluating the various conditions. So when it's working its way through each different quest that could have dialogue in it, it'll start with the higher priority ones and work its way down to the lower priority ones. So I want this quest dialogue to take priority over Lucien's standard follower dialogue. I want him to say this stuff when he's here, so I've given a priority of 50, whereas the standard follower dialogue has a priority of 40. Oh yeah, I read that, mate, when he posted about that in the Discord earlier. It sounds very silly. Well done, I'm very proud. Definitely the God's work. Right, so that is now all set up. Oh, of course, we need now to do a stage check on the Ruin's Edge quest. Get stage. Now this is going to be CC. I think it's BGSSSE004, but we're just going to check. The Edge of Ruin. BGSSSE004 underscore quest. Brilliant. So, supposedly, the only 2 stages of the quest are 100 and 1,000. I'm not sure I 100% believe that, so I'm just going to check. The stages are actually 0, 100, and 1,000. So it starts at stage 0, it progresses to 100 straight away when the objective is active, and then it progresses to 1,000 when you've actually found the bow. So I'm going to say, provided the stage is less than 1,000, this line can trigger. We're going to save in case the CK crashes. So this has to be less than 1,000, and also for good measure, because it's always good to have double checks in place here, I'm going to say get item count for, I'm going to make sure the player doesn't in fact have Ruin's Edge in their inventory. Ruin's Edge bow, there we go. That's the weapon, and that has to be equal to 0 in Lucien's inventory. And I'm going to duplicate that and make sure it's also 0 in the player's inventory. So we're making sure that the stage is set. Except we want to optimize the order of this to make sure that only one check is performed most of the time. We want to minimize how many of these checks the game has to do. So we're going to start with being near Stony Creek Cave, then setting stage, then that quest stage, then Lucien's quest stage. Switch those round. And then checking whether you've got the weapon as a failsafe. Cool. Good. Happy. All set. Ugh, Pepsi. No, it's all about Coke. Can't drink Pepsi. Doesn't taste right. So, there we go. We've got our line about that. So, Stony Creek Cave is a bandit camp. So, it's going to have bandits inside it. Dead Breton, planks, flammable gas. What else have we got going on here? There's a bandit on lookout, so there's definitely multiple bandits. Is it worth trying to make Lucien comment on the bandits? I'm sorry, guys. Right. Do I want him to comment on being in the cave? We've already got one for saying he can feel something here. Oh. Sorry, just thinking. I'm sorry, mate. I respect Pepsi. I respect you guys for drinking it. I just can't. Ooh, the cave reappears in Legends, does it? Ah, so it does. Stony Creek Cave. That's worth knowing about. For potential lore tidbit. Okay. Can you feel that there's something here? Powerful magic, but chaotic. It's hard to know whether Lucien, whether you'll actually have encountered bandits when you're in the cave after that line. Okay. I also can't drink Red Bull. I don't know what the appeal is apart from making you have energy. So I'm just going to have a look at the Ruin's Edge file. And I'm also going to have a look at the Ruin's Edge patch. This is Garthan's one. To see how they implement this. Right. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay. Ruin's Edge. The weapon Ruin's Edge is placed in the world. Oh, it's probably done by script then. Bandit Chief. Right, we have a specific actor, which is the Bandit Chief. Which is placed there by the quest. So we've got... Yeah, it's this specific boss ref. So I can check whether or not that bandit is dead in order to know whether or not you've finished killing all the bandits. So I can say... Whatever it is I can sense in this cave, we can't let these bandits keep it. There's no knowing what they might use it for. I'm going to give that one a touch of fear. Now we're going to keep the same condition here, but we're also going to add a is in interior. So this is specifically checking that we are in the interior of the cave. And then we're going to check that the stage is 10. If it is 10, we're going to set it to 20. We're checking again that you haven't completed the quest and picked up the bow. We're checking that you haven't got a copy of the bow. And we're checking... is dead? Get dead. Get dead. And we're doing this on a specific reference. And that specific reference is this bandit chief who is... Where are they? They're in the cell, Stony Creek Cave 01. Stony Creek Cave 01. The ref is... CC. Starts with CC. Ah, I've changed cell. There it is. There's the boss. So, provided that the boss is not yet dead, then this line makes sense. Cool. Awesome. Ooh, what's going on in the chat? What do you mean, what about Wild Horses? Do you mean, am I going to cover it? Because yes, I am. I'm going to do all the Creation Club files. Yeah, I can't really drink Dr. Pepper either. I used to drink loads of it. Gone off it nowadays. I love tea, though. Tea is wonderful. Bye, Thana. I don't know if you've already left. If you've already left, then you've left. Bye. But if you haven't already left, goodbye. Have a nice day. You're right. Yes, when cola is invented in Tamriel, it will have moon sugar in it. I'm sorry your TV doesn't like me, Stalia. That's mean of it. Tell it that I'm nice, honest. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Batty. If you have any specific questions about what I'm doing, please do let me know. I'm always really happy to explain. If that helps you with your own work, then I'm delighted. Okay, so we've now done these two. Right, so now our final line is for, now that bandit leader is dead. So therefore he's dead, and the bow is lying on the ground waiting for you to pick it up. The stage will now be 30. Yeah, I'm having more lines than I thought I would. Get stage now has to be less than 30. Oh, bless Nuna's cat. Well, we can't just... Now, I'm going to have Lucien comment on it during the battle, so we may have to come back to this. Well, we can't... Well, as creepy looking as that bow is, we can't just leave it here. Oh, bless Bingle's dog. And Bingle was his name. Oh, oh. Just leave it here. That's all. That's all he needs to say about it. As creepy looking as that bow is, we can't just leave it here. Set stage is 30. So I'm going to set another stage 30. However, we need some combat dialogue now. This is going to be a taunt. And the taunt is going to be addressed to the bandit leader. Oh, I don't know why my voice is so quiet. Hello, hello, hello. We're entering the yellow just about. I mean, I'm a bit low. I could bump it up a bit. But I don't really like to mess with the audio settings because we've set all the other settings right. You know, all that we've set the audio balance for the games all correctly. So I would have to mess with everything else. Oh, well, if on your PC you can hear me. Yeah, but on your PC you have better volume control, don't you? I don't know. Oh, well, let me know if you want me to change something. Right. So this is now... now, of course, this bandit could be female. I don't know whether it's a leveled bandit. It is. It's a leveled bandit. So it could be male or female. So we can't say Mr. Bandit. So, unless we wanted to record 2 variants, but it's easier not to. Hi, Ducking! Glad you can hear me. Welcome to the stream. Listen to me, please. So he's pleading with the bandit here. I know that bow is powerful, but it's not safe. In all probability, it's warping your mind. Can you please just put it down? And we'll work all of this out. Listen to me, please. I know that bow is powerful. I want to reduce the character count here. That bow might be powerful, but it's not safe. In all probability, it's warping your mind. Ooh, soap. Soapy straw. Not ideal. But probably is warping your mind. Can you please just put it down and we'll work all of this? Now, hang on. This idea that the bow warps your mind, that would mean that Lucien would think it's unsafe for the player to have it. And I don't want that. I don't want to introduce this idea of the bow warping your mind, because I don't want to have Lucien worrying about the player all the time using it. So let's change the line. It's powerful, but it's not mind warping. Whereas Umbra, on the other hand, that has lore to say that it is mind warping. So it's a splendid bow, I'm sure. But is there any chance you could possibly just hand it over and we'll work all this out over a nice cup of tea? No? Pity. That's a splendid bow, I'm sure, but is there any chance you could possibly just hand it over and we'll work all this out over a nice cup of tea? No? Pity. Yeah, sounds alright. Cool. Let's inherit the conditions from here, because we'll probably want to use some of these. Copy all conditions. Paste. Right, so this is only going to play if you're in the cave. Not necessarily. I guess you could take the fight outside the cave, in which case this would still be fine. Get is interior, doesn't really matter. Get stage, Lucien CC Ruins Edge. Right, so this has got to be greater than or equal to 10. So Lucien has got to have said something about it before. Does he even need to have done? Actually, no. We can lose that one. Oh, but we do... Oh, I can't undo. We do want to do a get stage check to make sure this line isn't repeated. So we had 30 be the next line for after he's dead. So this one will have to have 25. We can insert it in 25. Get stage. JR Lucien CC Ruins Edge. It's got to be less than 25. So then we can say get owning quest dot set stage. It's useful, this function, get owning quest, because it saves you having to create a property every time. Set stage 25. We must, of course, remember to create that stage in the quest, otherwise this will just return an error. Oh, we just lost 2 subscribers. How did that happen? We had 19 when we started, and now we're down to 17. Maybe someone expired. Anyway, get stage. Less than 1,000. Get dead. He can't be dead. But he's not going to be dead if the rest of these conditions are satisfied. So we are checking that the quest isn't completed and that the player doesn't have one of these bows, even though there's only one, so that should be redundant. But anyway, and we're going to say get is ID. Get is ID. We could have that, or we could just check to see whether they are wielding the bow. Yeah, let's check that. So, I need to check the CK wikis, check the right function. So this is creation kit. Now, what is it? Get is used item. How does that one work? What ones have we got related to weapons? Get, no. Equipped, maybe? Get equipped. Returns 1 so long as the equipped calling actor has equipped object ID. Yes. So this is get equipped. I should have thought of that, really. Get equipped. And this is on. And the item we're looking for is CCBG. And it's the Ruins Edge bow. And that has to be 1. And you have to run it on the combat target this time. So if we've got a combat target that is wielding the Ruins Edge bow, and we also want, not only is that currently equipped, it's got to have the weapon out. So for this one, I think we can just do is weapon out. But we'll just check how that condition behaves. Is weapon out. Right, okay, so I would have assumed it would be is weapon out 1, but it's actually is weapon out 2. So he is holding the bow in his hand. And this again is on the combat target. So if Lucien is in combat with someone who is wielding Ruins Edge and has the weapon out, and the player doesn't currently already have Ruins Edge, then Lucien will say this and set the stage to 25. And he'll only say it once. There'll be no time till 24 hours till reset. Brilliant. That should work. Now we need to create the quest stage, which is 25. We need to close that and save so we don't lose all this if the CK crashes. There we go. Is this making sense to all of you? I don't know how much of this is just me prattling and no one's really listening, or how much of it you're learning stuff or finding it interesting. I don't know. Batty says, how do I cheer multiple bits at once? I am not actually sure how cheering works. Oh, thank you for the follow, Osiris. very kind of you to want to cheer, Batty. Okay, so if you click the bits icon in the chat entry window, you should be able to select the number of bits you want to use from the menu. Good, I'm glad it's interesting then. I'm glad you're learning. I will be 1 minute, possibly 2. I will be right back. Just need to take a very brief break. And I will be right back in 2 shakes of a proverbial squirrel's tail. Okay? Oh, yay! Thanks for the bits, Batty! Thank you, you're really kind. Thanks so much. I love the little cute heart one. I think it's really nice. Anyway, right, break. Be right back in a tick. There we are, that's better. Hello! I have returned. Sorry, I was a minute or so longer than I said I'd be. But I was on an important quest to get the tea. Marvellous. And what I also have, somewhere, hello, is some chocolate cake. Which goes down very nicely. Here we are. Lovely. What type of tea is it? It's Russell blend, that means it's got 1 of ordinary builder's tea, and 1 tea. So 1 tea bag of ordinary tea, and 1 tea bag of Earl Grey, in a pot, left to brew for around 3 to 4 minutes, and then poured out. Just got chocolate down my legs. Absolute chump. There we are. Cake is awesome. Can confirm this is true. There we go. Right, so back to the old modding. Where did we get to? Right, we had that. We had the combat. Yeah. We had the misc. We created our quest stages. We've got stages 25 to 30. So now finally we need... Ooh! Thank you, Batty! You're very generous with the bits. Really kind of you. Thank you. Oh. Climbing your way up that bits leaderboard. Right. Sorry, cake. Thank you so much for the sub. Sorry, I had a mouthful of cake. Thank you, Master Emerald. Really love of you to subscribe. Thank you. It's really, whenever you guys do these subscribey, clicky, bitty things, it's really great. It helps support me and, you know, helps keep me and my fam and everything all in good nick. So thank you so much. Makes it really worthwhile. Right, so, we need a thing. You got the creepy looking... So the next thing now is going to be for when the quest is complete and you've picked up the bow. So I think we'll have a couple of things about that. I think we'll have an idle topic about having picked up the bow. Idles are the ones that Lucien just says on his own naturally in the background. Marvellous. Mission accomplished. Now, the thing to be really careful about with this line here is this line plays when the quest is completed. What we need to make sure with this line is we need to condition it such that it will only play if one of these previous lines has played. Because otherwise you have the possibility that you could do the quest, get Ruin's Edge, leave the cave, recruit Lucien, bring Lucien back to the cave, and when he comes into the cave, if you don't condition this right, it's possible he could then comment as though you've literally just completed the quest, whereas in reality you might have completed it weeks ago. So that's why it's important to have interim conditions during the quest of different lines that he says while it's happening, so then he can only comment on its conclusion if he said one of the lines that happens while it's happening. So that's why it's useful to have these stages set. So, marvellous. Mission accomplished. Really is a most intriguing bow. And now, when you next talk to him, we can start a conversation about it. So we're now saying... That's got to be greater than or equal to 10. That's what I was just talking about. We've now got this. It's got to be greater than or equal to 1,000. We're not fussed about that. Oh, thanks for the bits, Bingle! Thank you. I love all these little cute heart ones. It's really nice. Thanks. That's really kind. Right, so... most intriguing bow. And we're going to say now... No, we won't worry about who specifically got the bow. It does sound a bit weird if Lucien has the bow to say that really is the most intriguing bow. But in theory, you shouldn't be able to give it to him that quickly. For reasons we'll get onto in a sec. Anyway, we're now going to set the stage to 40. I keep having to add more stages in here. I underestimated how many individual bits would, like parts of the quest would happen. Here we are, 10, 40, 1,000, brilliant. Set the stage now to 40. So we've now said that. So now, when the stage is equal to 40, we're going to go to player dialogue now and create a conversation. I'm making this up as I go along. Ruin's Edge. Conversation. And the first one is going to be conversation A1. Now, this is going to be what's called blocking dialogue. Which means when you next talk to Lucien, he's going to just say this to you. It's going to override his normal options of follow me, wait here, whatever. He's just going to say this now. And this is going to be... Lovely. Right. What are we going to say? What are we going to say about this? Now, he needs, I think, to acknowledge that it's Ruin's Edge, to give the player a lore reason to know that this bow is Ruin's Edge, so then when they display it in, say, the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum, it makes sense. So, Lucien has got to recognise the bow now. So... do you know that bow? Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, do you know, if I'm not mistaken, no, I've just got a, that's weird. Oh no, I'm with you now. That's what it is. Osiris just subscribed to me on YouTube. Thank you, Osiris, for subbing to the YouTube channel. You can keep up to date with all the latest videos then. Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. Lucien would be... I think he'd be a good teacher when he's focused, but I think he'd be one of those absent-minded professors who jumps around from topics all the time and doesn't really follow the, curriculum, syllabus, doesn't really follow what he's supposed to be teaching. But yeah. Hello, Ghosty, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely day. You missed me having cake. Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. Now this, the conditions have to be, again, get stage... JR Lucien CC Ruin's Edge is greater than or equal to 10. Get stage CC BG whatever has to be greater than or equal to 1,000, so the quest is complete. No, that's all we need, I think. Yeah, can't think of anything else. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Dwemacog. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for the sub. Really kind, thanks. Ghosty says, oh, you're working on Ruin's Edge. Yes, I'm working on a Ruin's Edge interaction patch for Lucien, which is a small patch that hopefully I can get finished today. So do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think I actually might think I might recognise that bow. Yay, I'm so glad you're able to make one. Right, now I need to give the player an opportunity to respond here. So, conversation... I'm going to give them a nice response and a nasty response. So, JR Lucien conversation, Ruin's Edge conversation, B1. What is it? JR Lucien CC Ruin's Edge conversation, B2. I don't have time to discuss this, in case you're in the middle of doing something important. Or you're feeling mean. Do you think Lucien be a little freaked out that the bow blinks? Yes, he will, and I'm gonna get on to giving him some dialogue for that in a sec. Yeah, because it's definitely... I love the way, by the way, that the bow has its own unique animation with the eye that looks left and right and blinks, right? Just that touch is something that you'd be extremely unlikely to ever actually see in a mod, because it's very difficult for a modder to do, to actually add an animation for something, which is where I think the Creation Club comes into its own, because there it's able to do things that modders generally can't do. It's able to add a unique animation like that into the game without having to download... what is it? The mod that lets you have animations. It's a framework thing that they all depend on, and I've forgotten what it's called. Anyway... without you having to have any other supporting thing, you know, by default allows you to have an extra animation in there. And they did the same thing for the unique enemies in Zombies, and the reindeer in Saturalia, and the horse in Forgotten Seasons, where they can give an enemy unique sounds, which normally are tied to the animations. So you'll probably notice, FNIS, that's it, Four's New Idols in Skyrim. But yeah, you'll notice whenever a mod adds a new enemy, it always has the same skeleton as an existing enemy, uses the same animation set as an existing enemy, and therefore makes the same noises. Any mod that adds its own version of a horse will make horse sounds. A lot of enemies that use the werewolf model makes werewolf roars whenever it attacks, and you just can't turn that off. Whereas the Creation Club is able to do that, because they have access to the actual game engine and can add stuff. So, yeah. I like that. I like that about... I think that's where you get a benefit in actually paying for it. I know it's sort of paid mods and it's controversial and whatever, but that is something where I think
It's a good thing. Yeah, the bow is always winking, isn't it? I might steal that line for Lucien. Right, so what have we got? We're now going to link this to the 2 responses. B1 and B2. Now, when this line plays, we're going to set the stage to 100. And actually, I'm going to put that on begin. So the moment Lucien starts saying this to you for the first time, it'll never repeat. Do I want that? Yes, I do want that. So he'll say it, and then if you back out of it, he'll never say it again. So that gives you the option to abort it if something else comes along. Cool. So we're doing that. Okay, Nuna, I hope you have a nice sleep. Have a good nap. Naps are great. F for Bingle, indeed. Right, so we've got 2 bits here. The first one. This is what is it? It's hard to say for absolute certain, but I'm fairly confident what you have there is Ruin's Edge. Thanks for the bits, Nuna. Happy napping. Speak soon. Thanks for being here as long as you have. Right, it's hard to say, but I'm fairly confident what you have is Ruin's Edge. It's a bow. There we go. It's a bow. Done. No. Right. It's from the Shivering Isles. It used to belong to Sil. Now, guys, no one responded before on this. Is it pronounced Sil or Sile? Is it Seal, Duchess of Dementia, or Sile, Duchess of Dementia? Thank you, Ghosty. I couldn't remember whether it was Dementia or Mania, but yes. Used to belong to Seal, Duchess of Dementia. Until she gave it to the champion of Cyrodiil. Windowsill. Sill, Duchess of Dementia. Sure, okay. Sill it is. Used to belong to Sill, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the champion of Cyrodiil. Well, if that's how Shio says it, then it's right. As a reward for some favour. Now, favour is spelt without the U in the US, isn't it? Skyrim follows favour, US, yeah. Skyrim follows US typing conventions. So, favour. For some favour. Or other. Go for it, Bingle. Enjoy. Duchess of Dementia until she gave it to the champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour or other. I don't remember it. The books don't mention it looking quite like that. You know, with the weird blinking eye. Because it didn't look like that in Oblivion. In Oblivion, it looked like... previously appeared as a dark... There it is. In the Shivering Isles. And it should also have a lore page. Ruins, Edge, lore. There we go. So we want to consult these various things. Daedric ebony with moving eyeballs. So this is what it looked like in the Shivering Isles. Definitely no eye in it then. Go get a Kit Kat, May. Chairs are great, Stalia. I look forward to seeing your drawing. The creator made a custom race. Oh, so they were able to disable the howl, but only for their, Oh, by copying all the dog's animation folder. Right, interesting. Clever workaround, I might bear that in mind. Right, okay, so there we are. No eye. Don't mention them quite like that, would you? But Oblivion artifacts can be tricky like that. Can be whimsical. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. I'm going to lose these ellipses, actually. With the weird blinking eye. But Oblivion art... Now, have I spelled that? I put artifacts. Blue beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. Oh, Ghosty, I might have to steal that for Lucien to say. Oh, I might. We'll see. Artifacts. Yeah, we spelled that right now. Amazing work there, Ghosty. Much appreciated. It's supposed to have quite the enchantment. It can paralyze you. Silence you. It can paralyze. Silence you. How do you spell that? Demoralize you. Oh, and it's paralyze with a Z because we're American. Paralyze you. Silence you. Demoralize you. What else is it in Skyrim? What does it do? Drain Magicka. I won't bother mentioning that. We're just going to go, or even drive you mad. Should come in handy, but do be careful with it, won't you? Point it, won't you? There you go. We'll put touch of fear in there. That's fine. The other emotions. There we go. Actually, I might just need to take another very, very short break. Won't be one moment. Hello! I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. Right, where were we? Screen with camera. Right, quite it should come in handy, but do be careful where you point it, won't you? And there we go. That is it done. I'm gonna do get owning quest dot set stage. We're gonna have 110 and 120 for these two different options. So set stage 110. There you go. Cheese for everyone. Oh, hello, Hawk. Welcome to the stream. Yes, so what I'm doing is I'm making a patch for the Ruins Edge Creation Club file to make Lucien comment on it. We've got quite a good way through it. Yeah, just recording. Well, not recording. Just setting up some of the last dialogue. There's not much left to go. Okay, so we're going to do stage 110, and we're going to have stage 120. Now here we're going to add some special events to happen. So we're going to go, just at the moment, going to create a blank script. Righto, so we're creating a blank script there. And I'm going to put a little note. If you put a semicolon, it suppresses anything. And I'm just going to put player... let Lucien tell them about the bow. And then in here, this is just a note for me. The player will never see this, but player didn't let Lucien tell them about the bow. So this is going to affect his approval rating. But I'm going to finish implementing the dialogue first. So I don't have time to discuss this. And this is going to say, oh, sorry. Just thought you might want to know what you'd picked up. Oh, good. Glad you're enjoying the Russell blend, Bingle. I rather like it. Just thought you might want to know what you'd picked up. Well then, what was it you wanted to talk to me about? And this one we're going to make a little bit sad. And that's it. Then that's that finished. Get owning quest dot set stage. And this is going to be 120, we said. There you go. So, and this one actually, I'm going to make, he'll be happy. Just a tiny bit happy to have been asked. Right, so now we're going to go here. We've got all this. So now we need to set up the interactions. So to the approval system. So if we nip across to Lucien's quests. I'm going to show you a bit of the scripting under the hood of Lucien here. So scripts. We've got a script called Lucien Functions, which controls his dynamic personality stats. That's DP here. So the script is called Lucien Functions, and the function we want is called IncDP stat. And stat 0 is approval, and stat 1 is bravery. Both of them can go between 0 and 200. 200 is their cap. So we're going to use this function in a different quest. And you can do that. It's slightly hacky and weird, but there you go. So we're going to go back to our Gerald Lucien CC Ruins Edge. We're going to go to stages. We're going to go to properties. And we're going to add a new property. And the property is going to be bizarrely of type Lucien Functions. And the name is going to be JR Lucien Follower. There we go, we filled it, and it's filled with the quest. The quest that contains this script. The name, the property type is Lucien Functions, which is the name of the script we want to hook into. And the property name is the name of the quest that script is contained in, which is JR Lucien Flavius. So now that we've got that, we can go in here and we can say Lucien Functions dot incdp stat. 0 is the stat to tell us we're talking about approval. And here we're going to give the player, let's give them 5 approval points if they let Lucien tell them about the bow. Compile. And it's crashed. Not crashed, it doesn't like it. Because I messed it up somehow. Because the type... it shouldn't be Lucien Functions. It should be the name of the quest, not the name of that. So it's JR Lucien. JR Lucien follower dot incdp stat. That's more like it, so that's worked. What antagonist or villain in media do you feel bad for or sympathise with? Oh, heck. Who do I feel bad for? The villains in media. Sympathise with. It's hard to think of anyone, generally. The villains tend to be bad guys. I've got nothing. I don't feel bad for Darth Vader. Like, without wanting to spoil Star Wars, because I know Ducking is still watching through it, and is only up to episode 3, or hasn't yet started episode 3. I don't feel bad for him. He does some pretty unspeakable things that are pretty unforgivable. No. Loki. Again, he's a bit of a so-and-so. I mean, he's entertaining to watch, but he similarly does some quite nasty things out of sort of childish tantrum. Hard to feel sympathetic towards him. And as for Davy Jones, I can't really remember the story of Davy Jones. Old squid face. But I do remember it being vaguely tragic, so possibly him. Right, so now it's saying if the player didn't let Lucien tell them about the bow, if they just said, not interested, they don't want to know, they don't have time, he's going to be disappointed by that. So it's going to take away 5 points from you. We're now going to say incdp stat, increase dynamic personality stat 0, which is his approval, and we're going to drop that by 5 if you choose that option. And there we go. We now have an approval reward for the quest, but potentially lost approval. Now, actually, we're going to back up here. We're not going to take away 5 points from you, because you should get some approval for doing the quest, right? For doing the quest with Lucien anyway, should get you some approval. So you should gain more than you lose from these options. So I'm going to say you get 2 points flat out for doing the quest. You get a bonus 3 points if you choose this option, or you get a minus 3 points from that if you choose this option. So you would have -1 if you didn't let Lucien tell you about the bow. Then again, though, I'm trying to create a personality here. I'm going to say -3. Let's say -3 for that, or +5 for that. There you go. Slight leaning towards the positive boost. See you, Macon. Enjoy dinner. Right. Bum, 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 bum. That's the quest done as far as I'm concerned. So the only things that are left are comments now. Dynamic comments on the bow. Either the player wielding it or Lucien wielding it. So, we're not going to have idols here. yet at the moment, but I'm going to do some hellos. JR Lucien, CC Ruins Edge, hello. And now I'm going to save the game. Ooh, no, thought we were going to crash there, but no, we're alright. He gave, oh yeah, Calypso, the rope lady. The goddess of the sea, and agreed to ferry souls to the afterlife for her, in agreement that she agreed that they would be together once every 10 years. Then when the time came, he went to see her, she wasn't there. Then in anguish, he helped some other people trap her in human form, but was so anguished by it that he carved out his own heart. Yes, F for him. Poor chap. Okay. JR Lucien CC Ruins Edge. Now, this is a hello for if the player is wielding Ruins Edge. Oh, I've just remembered that I need to go back into the player dialogue here. And actually here, I'm going to make this one. Do I want it to be a goodbye? No, because we assume that when you talk to Lucien, you did want to talk to him specifically about something. So that's fine. Right, so what we've got here now. Oh, yeah, he does do some spooky organ playing, using his beard to play it a bit, doesn't he? Right, so we've got a hello here, and it's... no, we're going to say if Lucien's wielding it. Right, this bow keeps winking at me. If it's trying to flirt, I'm afraid I'm really not interested. And I'm going to give it a touch of fear. Now this is for if Lucien is wielding it, so it's get equipped. And it's CCBG Ruins Edge Bow equals 1. And we do want to have his weapon out. Again, to make sure that he's actually holding it so you can see it. I'm just going to double back and check that I did that right for the combat taunt. Yes, his weapon out. I did set that to 2. Good. Oh, hello, Shiva. Welcome to the stream. Hope you did good shopping. I'm having a lovely day so far. I hope you are too. This bow keeps trying to flirt. I'm afraid I'm really not interested. And this has got to be random now. And it's only going to be said once every 24 hours. This is going to go in with the random stack with the rest of the lines. And I'm going to pop a get random % on it. And that get random % has got to be if get random % is less than or equal to, and I want to reduce the general frequency of it, so I'm going to pop it down at 50. Just a bit. Maybe a bit lower. Maybe we'll go to 20. Because it's quite a memorable line, so it would be annoying, I think, if it happens all the time. You just drew Lucien Star Wars fan art? Where have you posted it, Leah? I'd love to see. I'll have another line now. think this thing is sentient? Can't be the most pleasant existence if so. And this he'll say only every 24 hours. Star Wars Lucien could have a curved hilt lightsaber, possibly, although to be honest I think he probably wouldn't use a lightsaber very often. But yeah, a curved hilt seems like a more refined style for him. Stalia posted it in the fan art channel. Oh, go on, let's have a look then. Where's that? Here we are. Look at his arms. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Sorry, I think you dropped this. He's so helpful. Helpful, Lucien. I love it. Thanks, Leah. Amazing. Right, anyway, back to the modding. Can't be the most pleasant issue. So, right, what now? Let's do one for the player now. Something to say about it. What was Ghosty's joke again? Oh, beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. I don't know how I can work that into what's good the right context for that. Right. It might be... It's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you. But you know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. Get it? Because it's got an eye. Granted, it's a bit creepy the way the weapon looks at you. You know what they say, beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. Get it? Because it's got an eye. Love it. There we go. I think it's great that you're supporting Macon like that, Hawk. Good for you. Credit to Ghosty for this wonderful gag here. Happy. He's going to be happy because he's really pleased with himself for having come up with that joke. Right, let's have another one. If only there was some way of controlling the enchantment on that bow. But then that's Sheogorath for you. Totally random. That'll do. That's a sort of nothingy comment. Bum, bum. So punny. You could say it has its eye on you. Yeah, that one's a bit obvious though for Lucien to use, I think. If only there was some way of controlling the... Yeah, that's fine. That's probably enough. Or maybe I can use that. I might be able to use that gag actually on a combat taunt. Oh, hang on. Did we remember to set the random and the say? Yeah, cool. So combat taunt. He's not actually a bard, but yes. The first ever stand-up comedian, sure. I've got my eye on you, and so has my bow. It's weird like that. Right. So this is a combat taunt. It's going to be random. It's only going to play once every 24 hours. It's going to have a get random % on it to reduce the frequency of it. And that's going to be quite a low get random %. We're going to have that down to 10%. It's only going to play if get equipped. CCBG Ruin's Edge bow, and it's only going to play if his weapon out equals 2, meaning he's got the weapon equipped in his hand and it's out. Yeah, that's fine. Happy with that. Yeah, lovely. Okay, we're going to do a new one now. Attack. JR Lucien CC Ruin's Edge. Attack. We're going to copy this line. We're going to move it into attack. And we're going to call this one. This is going to be Lucien wanting it to do a particular effect. So come on. Paralyze. Going to set this probability even lower here, down to 1 in every 20 shots. Yeah. Come on, paralyze. Oh, but only if the enemy can be paralyzed. Now, there is a condition for that, which I need to remember. If it's lockdownable. What is it? There's one for you can check if it's immune to being knocked down. Immune to ragdoll. There is a way. I've done it before. There's a way to check whether the enemy is one that can actually be paralyzed. No need to lash out. Right, okay. Ah, the Ebony Warrior is immune to ragdoll effects. That's useful to know. Let's find him. See what they did to make that happen. Ebony Warrior. What has he got going on? Immune, keyword, immune paralysis. That's it. Right. Has keyword. Immune paralysis equals 0. We want that on the combat target. Honestly, Shiva, these eye puns are getting cornier and cornier.
But
keyword. Is weapon out. None equals 2. Get equipped. That's the one that we want. The CK is virtual puzzle. Yes, it is a bit of a puzzle. It's true. I'm glad, Bengal. So has that keyword. Doesn't have immune paralysis. And the random percent is less than 5. Right, happy with that. Do you know, I might set that random percent a little bit lower. Just because you can never be too strict with these. You always want them to play more rarely. What else does it do? Drain Magicka, Frenzy, Frost damage. Nah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Right. So we've got, come on, Paralyze. Can we think of anything else Lucien might like to say, either about this bow? Oh no, just about this bow. Can you think of any other options of things? These are the other types we've got. Murder, assault. Anything else you might say about it? Batty reckons I've covered everything already. Ghosty reckons, imagine if the bow had its own arrows as well. How many eyes would they have? Yeah. Why is everything the Daedra makes so creepy? Oh, maybe I can do something with that. I have to wonder, why is everything the Daedra make so downright creepy? I mean, an eyeball in a bow. Who even thinks of that? Cool. And that's for the player. But it can also be for Lucien. It doesn't actually matter, so long as one of them has it. Let's leave it with the player. That one could be the player. And then comment how it feels like the bow is staring into his soul. I can't help but think feel like this bow is staring into my soul. It's really rather unsettling. Yeah, go on, then we can have a comment about that. Let's add a new idle here, saying, is it me? Or does this bow smell ever so faintly of cheese? Perhaps I'm imagining it. And we're going to copy the condition stack from this one, except we're going to set the random percent much, much lower. And I'm going to say, is it just me? Is it just me? Does this bow smell ever so faintly of cheese? See, I like to be really thorough with these lines. Yeah, no, I did think about commenting in some way on all the cheese the bandit was carrying, but it's a bit difficult to... I can't really tell whether the player knows that that bandit was carrying cheese. You know, I can't... It's a difficult one to do that, because it's not unique cheese. So it's a tricky thing to condition. So I'm just going to ignore that one for now. That can just be an Easter egg, but... Hello, the Ripchin! Welcome to the stream! I'm just finishing off the Ruins Edge patch. 2, 1, get equipped, bum, bum, bum. Yep, and we're going to set this percentage right down at less than 1, and we're going to duplicate that in order to stack it, and we're going to set this down to be really rare as well. So this line will hardly ever play. Get equipped. Cool, and I might need to bump that down even further if it plays too often, but I think that's a good starting point. Brilliant! I think that's about it. Awesome! So, that's all the lines implemented. I'm fairly happy that we've covered pretty much everything. We've managed to squeeze more, somehow, even though it's a smaller quest, we've managed to squeeze more lines out of this, I think, than we did out of the Plague of the Dead. Well, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 lines. Pretty happy with that. That's a good number. So we've got to save it and close it. Then we've got to fire it up in SSE Edit. Yeah, you're really helpful, Shiva. It's great having you guys' thoughts while I'm doing this, you know, because you come up with ideas for things that I wouldn't have otherwise done, and you come up with some great puns. So this is Ruins Edge. And I'm also going to load the unofficial Ruins Edge patch to make sure I don't conflict with that in any way. So now we're just going to do some basic cleaning and renumbering of the form IDs to make sure we obey the rules for an ESL, because look here, we end up with all these errors because the CK doesn't know to limit its numbers, its IDs within the range of the form IDs that are acceptable for an ESL. Checking that we haven't made any unnecessary edits to anything, and we haven't. We've only added new content, which is good, so this literally cannot conflict with anything. Oh, sorry. Oh, yay, thanks for the bits, Batty. Are you going to do the other creations as well? Yes, one day, eventually, I would like to cover all the creations. All the different Creation Club files and all the official DLCs I like to do. But yes, I certainly have plans to keep doing these because I really like doing them. And I know a lot of people hate the Creation Club, but I find it fun doing this. And it adds a unique point to Lucien, you know. There are literally no other mods which make an NPC comment on anything from the Creation Club. This is the only one that exists. Which I think is a really cool, unique feature for Lucien. And I like giving Lucien unique features. Makes him stand out. So that's why I keep doing these. Oh, you've been doodling Lucien, have you, Bingle? Well, please show us. I'd love to see. You probably can't put it in the chat, but if you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, you should totally join. By the way, it's a lovely group of people. But yeah, you can post in the Discord in the fan art section, and I can show it here. More creations means more Lucien for sure. Lots more Lucien. Right. Okay. So what we need to do now is renumber the form IDs. So we're going to renumber form IDs from 800, which is the lowest possible form ID you can have without causing issues. Renumber all the form IDs, modifying all of this. Boom, boom, boom. Let it do that. We're now all nice and tidy. So now if we check for errors with a bit of luck and a good wind, there we are, 0 errors found. That's what we like to see. No, the Creation Club things can be a bit expensive for the size. For that reason, it's a good idea to wait for when there are bundles for them, I think. And you also save money if you buy lots of Creation Club credits, whatever they're called, Bethesda credits. If you buy lots of them at once, you save money, but the more points you buy at once, the cheaper it is per point. It's a fairly standard business model. And yeah, if you wait for when there are bundles that they do, there's currently 2 good bundles going, I think, that do. There's a Mad God bundle that bundles all the Sheer Gorath stuff together for a reduced price, which is quite nice. And I think there's another one that they've done. So they're quite good. Stalia says I drew a part 2. Oh, bless. That's all Darth Maul needed. He just needed a hug. Oh, I love it. I'm going to Lucien heart react to that. Right, so there we go in SSC edit. Save that. I'm going to trim off the masters that we don't need. Remove the unnecessary masters here. It will usually re-add them, but I like to do this to make it nice and tidy. Remove any unnecessary dependencies. That's pretty much all there is to do with it. Make sure we've got the ESL flag, which we have, and we've got an up-to-date description and version number and name. So we're all set. So we can now reopen it in the CK and start recording some dialogue. I like the Creation Club too because it's new DLC for Skyrim, and Skyrim is my favourite game, or one of my favourite games. It's the game I play the most, and it's one of my absolute favourite games. So any more official DLC for it, I think, is a fantastic thing, which I will always be excited for. Kindle Shard says, I have some channel points, may I spend it? At the moment, I have the reward requests turned off because I'm kind of focused on, I want to get this mod done, and stopping to sing or roleplay as Lucien or talk like a pirate or any of that sort of stuff. While a lot of fun when we're doing the gaming streams does rather slow me down. And I really want to get this finished. I'm creating content at the moment, so I hope you don't mind. But if you could save the channel points for another stream, that would be really great, because, you know, I don't want to hold this up. Okay, right. So we're back here. We've got quests. JR Lucien CC Ruins Edge. Right, I am now going to open up my recording software. This sometimes messes up the sound card. So if you find my sound suddenly cuts out, I will fix it ASAP, and I apologise for that. But hopefully it'll be fine. Depends on whether it's remembered the settings from before. Just going to keep Streamlabs open. You see this line is still going, which means it's still picking up my audio while Cubase is opening. The Ripchen says, ever thought of making a mod/follower for Fallout 4? Yes, I absolutely have. The problem with Fallout 4 is that it has a voiced player character, which massively limits the conversations you can have with a follower. It's a big problem. Splicing dialogue is hell, quite frankly. It's a horrible thing to do. It's really boring and difficult, so I don't like doing it. So I would have to, every time the player talks to Lucien, I would have to splice together some dialogue for the player to say from the audio that's already in the game. And it's just a nightmare. So I just don't know how I could pull that off. You know, the amount of time it would take me to make the same amount of content equivalently on Skyrim or another game is completely disproportionate. Right, here we are. Lucien CC1. We're gonna open that one and we're gonna resave it. Because this is the file with all our dialogue from last time. Right, so we're booting up now. Close all of that. Right. File. Save as. JL Lucien CC. Ruins Edge. And incidentally, while I'm at it, I need to rename that to a more sensible name. There we go. That's renamed. We're now working on Ruins Edge. Delete all that stuff. Make sure we're set up to record. Here's my microphone. That's in place. Swig of tea. Moisten up the old vocal cords. I'm going to turn off my speakers so it's not going to pick up on the mic. Now, let's get started. I usually work left to right with this so I don't forget stuff. So we're going to start with the conversation. Yeah, Shiva, so the thing is, while I would love to make follower mods on other games, every minute that I'm spending working on a follower mod for Fallout is a minute that I'm not spending working on Lucien on Skyrim. That's the thing. So if I were to switch over to that, you would get less content on, you would get more content on Fallout, but you'd get no more updates to Lucien on Skyrim. So it's a matter of figuring out where the best place is to be spending my time. So when Lucien is more complete, and I've added sort of everything that I want. Well, the thing is, I want to make Lucien cover literally everything in the entire game, which will take years. And there might be a time further down the line when I'd want to move across to modding on a different game, possibly. I don't know. It's about prioritising where I should be spending my time, which is kind of up to you guys. I sort of follow your lead as the way you want me to go. But yeah, I wish I could work on everything at once, but there's only so much time I have. Right. Okie doke. So the line here is, do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. Just need to get into character a bit. Hello there, my name is Lucien Flavius. Hello. Marvellous. I say. Flirt? That wasn't my intention. Not at all. I just meant I'd like to do business with you. Not like that. Can we start again? I say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, here we go. So the line is, do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. Ah, voice cracked on the bow. Do you know, if... No, one more time. Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, No. Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I might recognise that bow. How's that one sound? To listen to this, I'm afraid I have to listen with my headphones because of the whole audio card setup. But yeah, I think that's all right. I'll take that. Let's export that then. I will tell you about the bow. What did I miss in the chat? will I mod Elder Scrolls 6 when it someday comes out? Of course I will, but on the condition that it doesn't have a voiced player protagonist. If it has a voiced protagonist, I cannot make follower mods for it. It's just not feasible. If it doesn't have a voiced protagonist, then yes, I will be able to do some cool stuff with it. If it does have a voiced protagonist, I might be able to, I don't know, maybe do some writing mods, might be able to add some books into the game or something. But it's going to be very difficult to make any kind of NPC mod if it's got dialogue. If it's got player dialogue. Right, okay. Give me 2 seconds just to set up and just switch back across the camera while I set up my file explorer. Lucien voice in there, and we're going to put Lucien over there. Bum, 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 bum. Brilliant. Okay, now you can see what I'm doing again. There we are. What else is going on? Mr. Russell, do you have any secondary monitor for all those apps you run, or do you need any? No, I'm running a... the monitor I've got here, you can probably tell, is a 1440p monitor. So it's quite big. It's got a lot of real estate space on the screen. So generally, I've never found that... I used to have a dual monitor setup, and I never really got much of an advantage from it. I guess it might be useful now to be able to keep my audio app open in one monitor and the CK open in another, but I don't really have enough space on my desk for two screens, so it's not really feasible. I mean, I've got my laptop here at the moment showing me the stream manager, so I can see all your chat while I'm working on something else, which is about as much as I need, really. Also, another monitor is more money, and I don't like spending that unless I have to. Because I'm a student. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to have a voiced player character, but, you know, sometimes Bethesda do things that don't make sense. And we just have to deal with that. So we will just have to see what design decision they make further down the line when we actually know something about the game. Right, anyway, let's pop this across into the right place. So that's where it is, where I've just recorded it. I'm going to drag... Oh, no! Not there. We've got to create a new subfolder here. Lucien Ruins Edge patch.esp. That's where we want it to go, and we need to have a subfolder for the voice type, which is JR Lucien Voice, and then we paste it there. Then we've got to rename it to what it wants us to call it, which is that. Aces. And now, there we go, it shows up. Recognize we've got a Y there now, so it's detected the file, so now we need to generate the lip. And we're done with that line. Voice player to sound like Yoda. Maybe. Right. It's hard to say for absolute certain, but I'm fairly confident what you have there is Ruin's Edge. I may have slightly fluffed that. Let's listen back to it, see if it's acceptable. It's a bit certain. Confident. I tried to say fairly confident that in the middle of there, but didn't quite say it. But I'm fairly confident that what... Yeah, I think it needs a that in there. It's hard to say for absolute... No, try again. It's hard to say for absolute certain, but I'm fairly confident that what you have there is Ruin's Edge. Yeah, that sounded alright. Do let me know if you guys have thoughts about these particular takes, whether you think one's good or the other's good, or... Yeah, I like that take. Oh, Odie would. Odie would love it. Don't give Ruin's Edge to Odie. Oh, the Ripchen, that's awfully kind of you to want to donate. What's the best way for it? I would say if you don't mind if you are kind enough to donate, and that's really generous of you, so thank you. If you do want to donate, probably the best way to do it is over Patreon. It only accepts monthly donations, so you agree to pledge a certain amount per month. But you're welcome to do that for just 1 month and then cancel if you want to. Just the benefit of that is I offer various rewards for Patreon, things like being able to choose a custom name for Lucien, getting early access to future short stories I write about him, being able to vote in polls to decide what I work on next, and access to Patreon-only news posts, as well as you get a Twitch badge, a badge to use here. So there are various things you get for pledging on Patreon. You also get a Discord role that you wouldn't get if you did a one-off donation. So it's probably best if you are thinking of donating, it's probably best to do it through Patreon. But alternatively, really whatever method works for you is wonderful. If you want to do it over PayPal, that's absolutely fine. If you want to donate over Twitch in the form of bits, the thing with donating in bits is that Twitch take quite a big cut of that. But it doesn't matter because whatever method you want to do is wonderful. Whatever you like, whatever you fancy doing. It's really kind of you to offer. Right. So where was I? Okay, so we are doing... It's from the Shivering Isles. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the Champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour. Oh, messed it up. Favour? What's a favour? Hey, Luke, I'm your favour. Hey, Luke, I'm your favour, Darth Vader. Yeah, no, let's try that again. It's from the Shivering Isles. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the Champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour or other. Don't like that take. Try it again. Ruin's Edge. It's from the Shivering Isles. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the Champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour or other. Slightly fluffed it at the end. Should I just... For some favour. Now, I said favour like I said favour, whereas Lucien says favour. He's more refined. So I'm going to take that one more time. Ruin's Edge. Ruin's Edge. It's from the Shivering Isles. No. Right, hang on. Let's just pause the mic. Oh, hey, Watcher, welcome to the stream. Gosh, 29 viewers now. That's picked up a bit since we started. Is it weird listening to your own voice back? It was initially, but after you've done a couple of 100 lines, you do get used to it. So it's not really weird anymore, no. Right. I'm fairly certain what you have there is Ruin's Edge. It's from the Shivering Isles. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the Champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour or other. As a reward for some favour, as a reward for some favour or other. As a reward. some favour or other. Sorry, I'm saying this far too many times. I just want to get it spot on right. Bit of a perfectionist with these. Right, okay. Ruin's Edge. It's from the Shivering Isles. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia, until she gave it to the Champion of Cyrodiil as a reward for some favour or other. I think that might be the one. That's the one. That's the bunny. Used to belong to Syl, Duchess of Dementia. Awesome. Thanks, Ghosty! I agree, I think that was good. I do look different in headphones, yeah. I hate wearing them because they're really hot on my ears, but... Oh, good, I'm glad the cat approved. Right, okay. Oh, we forgot to import these lines. Listen to that wind outside. Oh, thanks so much for pledging. Thanks so much for pledging, Ription. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. So if you've got a custom name you'd like me to add to Lucien, it's a PC only feature, I'm afraid, at the moment, because I haven't figured out how to get it onto Xbox yet. But I would like to do that in a future update. But you know, if you have a request, just DM me with it on over Patreon. Just let me know and let me know how you want it pronounced, and I'll be sure to add that in the next update. And then I keep adding to it with more lines for every month that you stay subscribed as a continuing thank you for that. So, yeah, thanks so much. You guys are the best. Where are we? There we are. Only you can make this world seem right. Oh, only you can make the darkness bright. Oh, I need to try and remember how to pronounce it now. It's Adiel, isn't it? Adiel? Hi, Bert. Welcome to the stream. I am, in fact, called Joseph, but Lucien is fine as well. You can call me that if you want. Right. Let's do another take. How are we doing for time? Still all right. Not quite sure how long I've got for this stream, really. We'll see. I'll have to go for dinner at some point, but I don't know what the family plans are for that. As a reward for some favour or other. The books don't mention it... As a reward for some favour or other. The books don't mention it looking quite like that, you know, with the weird blinking eye, but Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. Not quite, we'll try it one more time. The books don't mention it looking quite like that, you know, with the weird blinking eye, but Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. I'll try one more. Something like that. The books don't mention it looking quite like that. No. The books don't mention it looking quite like that. You know, with the weird blinking eye. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. That's how I want to say it. The books don't mention it looking quite like that, you know, with the weird blinking eye. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical. Okay. How was I saying it? But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. That's what I want. That's how I want to say it. The books don't mention it looking quite like that, you know, with the weird blinking eye. But Oblivion artifacts can be whimsical like that. Yes! That's what I like. Perfect. I'm going to give it a little bit of pause on the front so that these lines don't run too quickly into each other. Weird blinking eye. That's what we like. This is line 4, isn't it? Sorry, I'm taking a long time with these. I just want to get them right. Oh, just listen to that back. Yeah, there was a in there. Good. Okay. Cool. What have I missed in the chat? Yes, we're working on the Creation Club Ruins Edge file today. Lighthouse Flame, you have a very acrobatic voice. Thank you. I've never heard of it. I've never had it put like that before, but yeah, I guess it is acrobatic. It goes up and it goes down. It's not a very stable voice. After departure, climb straight ahead to London 2 DME. The next station is Staines. The next station is London Waterloo. The name is supposed to be pronounced in German. I mean, I can pronounce it however you like. I mean, in German, what would that be then? They go for longer vowels. I don't know. Karstan? Castan? No, it wouldn't be cast, would it? It wouldn't be Castan. I want to say Castan. Carstan? You let me know. I can pronounce it however you want to. But you do need to let me know in DMs over Patreon, because if you tell me about it here, I will just forget. I have a whole long list of names, and I keep track of them all through Patreon, so if you tell me anywhere else, I will not remember to have them there. But yeah, lovely to have you here, Lighthouse Flame. Thanks for popping by. Wonderful having new people. Right, okay. The books don't mention it looking quite like that. Did we import it? With the weird blinking eye? Yes, and we exported lips for it. Brilliant. So, I'm going to go here now. It's supposed to have quite the enchantment. It can paralyze you, silence you, demoralize you, or even drive you mad. One and done. Yeah, I like that. There we go. Export that. Hawk says, wait, what is going on? I'm recording dialogue, as you can see. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, well, I hope this is interesting to you then, Lighthouse Flame, to sort of see the process a little bit. I mean, you've missed a lot of the work we did in the CK, although you're very welcome to ask questions about any of this if you want to know why I did what. I'm very happy to repeat stuff. Yeah, let me know. Joseph, have you ever considered giving Monster Hunter World a try? Yeah, well, I've never really considered having a go at it. Yeah, like I said, because we talked before about the older games, since I wasn't a big fan of them, like the one on Wii. But I could give it a try. I'd need to buy it sometime and see if I can pick it up on a sale, but sure. Maybe this is a dumb question, but what type of build does Lucien go for? Like sellsword, two-handed? No, Lucien is supposed to, he will grow and develop according to what you ask him to. So he learns from you. So he starts off as being generic, equal in all skills. He learns from you. So if you are a particularly talented mage, his magical ability will increase in the background because he'll learn from you. However, you can ask him to specialize. Either you can tell him to fight as a warrior, as an archer, or as a mage. And if you choose those, then whichever one you choose for him, he will gradually get better in that particular discipline. If you don't choose one at all and just tell him to fight however he likes, he'll gradually get better in each of the disciplines randomly. So he learns from you, and he learns by himself based on what class you set for him. So yeah, he can be whatever you want. Right. If you want to see the code for that, by the way, I can show you. I mean, I don't know whether it will mean much to you necessarily if you don't have a background in scripting, but I'm very happy to show you guys. Oh yeah, the little cat that follows you around. They're fun. I like the little cat. Love cats. Oh gosh. Or even drive you mad. Shit! Oh, the wind's quite loud there. Hang on. I might just shut my window. Give me a sec. Don't want to pick up background noise on the mic if I can possibly avoid it. There we go. Oh, I could make grey, could I? Well, that is definitely appealing. Grey is the best. Right, let's have another run at the line. Can even drive you mad. Should come in handy, but do be careful where you point it, won't you? Yeah, I like that. That'll do. Lovely, export that. And then we're done with this chain of dialogue. Boom. Right, I was going to show you guys that script then. Oh, you heard some interference with the mic? Yeah, it does that occasionally, having the phone there. Pop it over there. But yeah, you do get that. But there wasn't any on the background of that recording, so that's the key thing. Right, I was going to show you that script then, if I can find it. So I put it on the actor for J.R. Lucien. Oh, I'll save the mod while I'm at it here. A little bit of a tangent here. I'm not going to go into too much depth with it because I want to crack on with the mod. But I will just show you. Come on. Oh, don't crash on me. Don't crash on me now. There we go. Is it in here? It might not be in here. Right, yeah, so this is the arrival script. So this is actually when he changes location. This is how he checks whether time has passed. And what happens is when more than 3... So every 3 days, he levels up on his own in all of these skills, depending on what your skills are. So for each of these, I call a function called Lucien Skill Up. And it's either health, stamina, magicka, 100, 200. These are all the active values and how much they should go up by. 5 for each of the main health, stamina, magicka, and 1 for each of the other skills. And when that's called, you then run this function that basically checks if the player's skill level is higher than Lucien's, then it'll increase. Then Lucien's skill will increase in each of these. So it calls that for each of those. And then it runs this function Lucien self-learn for, which means it will do this business of self-learning, which is where he checks his current combat style, which is an integer, 0 for fight as you like, 1 for fight as a warrior, 2 for fight as an archer, 3 for fight as a mage. And each of those has the skills that will, each of these has the skills that matter to that particular class. And then he will the integer that we pass to it, which is 4, is the number of times he executes this. So it'll randomly pick a relevant skill to the combat style you chose from him and give him a boost in that, independently of you. And it'll do that 4 times. And then, and then it's done. It goes around that loop 4 times, so you'll get 4 random extra skills depending on the style that you chose for him. And then it'll wait another 3 in-game days, and then it'll try the whole thing again. Lighthouse Flame says this is very much like VBA. What is VBA? I know not what this is. Oh, sorry. Just thought you might want to know what you'd picked up. Well then, what was it you wanted me to... Try it again. Oh, sorry. Just thought you might want to know what you'd picked up. Well then, what was it you wanted to talk to me about? There we go. Happy with that? Bert says, would you mind turning your mic up? If not, it's fine. It's just my TV. My TV is just bad, so I can hardly hear you. It's a bit tricky, I'm afraid, because if I turn my mic up, that'll mess with these balances on this audio, and that is tuned according to the volume it's currently set to. You know, I have a couple of inserts that will balance it and take out the peaks and troughs a bit. So hang on, did I remember to export this? No, there we go. Ruins Edge 6. Export that. I might be able to boost it in Streamlabs, so that it just boosts the output for you guys. Filters. Add a filter. Filter gain. Boost it a bit. I can't boost it by much, granted, because then it'll get too loud. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. That's more like it. That's a bit better. Gonna bump it up a bit more. Yeah, you're the second person to mention it this stream, so I do want to sort it if it's a recurring problem. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. We're just peeking into the red when I'm loud. Hello. Boo. Boo. Oh, that just peaked there. That's too loud. That's a smidge too loud. I'm going to go back down to 10. Come on, nice round 10. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello there, my name is Lucien Flavius. I say hello, boo. Boo! Boo! Yeah, okay. That seems pretty alright. Happy with that. Hope that helps. I'm afraid that's the best I can do in terms of volume. Yeah, boo. Boo to you. I don't need that just at the moment. So. We need to export the lip. What else is being said? You can certainly add Lucien mid-playthrough. Yeah, he's designed to be added mid-playthrough, so it's absolutely fine. You don't have to start a new game in order to pick him up. I hope you enjoy having him with you. Now you want a reason for Lucien to say boo to you in the game. I can add that in, maybe. Anyway. There we go. That one's done. Great, so we've done the player dialogue now. So now we need to move on to the combat. It's the next thing to do. And we will come back to that in just 1 second. I'm going to take a real quick break. And I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. I will see you soon. Won't be a mo. Hello, I have returned and I bring a guest star. She came along to say hello. She often comes and shows up, doesn't she? She's wriggling a little bit. But little tummy tickle. There we are. This is Grey if you've not met. Say hi, Grey. She knows say hi. Go on, go and have fun. Boing. She's off. No, you can't have that. Put that out the way somewhere. Yeah, no, she's very happy to be picked up and tickled and everything. The tummy can be a sensitive spot for them. It can engage their sort of play reflexes. So Grey will often wrap her paws around. If I tickle her tummy, she'll often wrap her paws around my arm and then kick at my hand with her feet. It's the sort of way she likes to play. She'll also go for my foot quite happily. She loves tackling a foot. So yeah, I also took the opportunity to pick up a glass of non-alcoholic white wine, which is very nice. It's the Tesco stuff, which is divine. So let's get back to modding. There it is. Yeah, it's isn't the idea to tackle your prey and then kick it in the head until it's sufficiently stunned. Oh, Bingle posted a little doodle on the Discord. Let's have a look. Oh, cute. You're, that's who you are. Bingle is May, which is the May off YouTube. It's very confusing keeping up with everyone's different names. Love it. Stream Sion is amazing. No, it's a different thing to grape juice. The process is that you make wine and then you use, I think it's called a spinning cone to remove the alcohol from it, which leaves you with a very, well, it's actually very, very low alcohol, like less than 0.5%, which I'm told tastes very similar to real wine, and is very pleasant and tastes distinctly different to grape juice. So there you go. And it's delicious. I'm glad Friend says they love Grey. Grey's very sweet. I love Grey too. No, I have not stuffed my cat. Right. Where are we then? Now, the problem here is we've got Grey's bell in the background, which is going to pick up on Mike. To try and time it right. Of course I read this. Jingle, jingle, jingle. You're not annoying at all, though, Bert. Please keep prattling to us. It's most enjoyable. Right. It's lovely having an active chat. Makes me feel less lonely when I'm working on all this. Right, okay. Come on, paralyze! Yeah, that's good. Happy with that take. Oh, hang on. Ripchen, I saw your email, not your email, your DM about the name you'd like to request, which was Rune, as I understand it. Now, just to check the pronunciation, I can either say Rune, or I can say Rune, if that's a better German pronunciation, or I can say Ran. You let me know which one of those you want. Oh, you've just gone. So be right back. Completely missed that. Okay, I will say it again in a bit when you're back. Just I want to make sure I get the pronunciation right. Just see Grey wandering around in the background. Do you want to go? Let's see if she wants to go. Lucien's family does have a cat, or he certainly at least used to have one. Go. No? Yes, okay. Bye. How did I get into this? I got into this through love of Skyrim, and then discovering mods, as people do when they play Skyrim. And then I found Moonpath to Elsewhere, which had various typographical issues in it, because English isn't the first language of Muppet Puppet, who made it. So I created a patch for it to fix the typos in it, called the Moonpath to Elsewhere typo patch, which got me playing with the creation kit and then SE Edit. So I then did a line of several different typo fixing mods, which really gave me some experience with working on this. Then I ended up collaborating with Mihail from Mihail Mods to add quests to and voice acting to two of his existing mods, which at the time didn't have quests. So that was quite a fun experience, sort of working with someone to get the hang of what I was doing. And then I just thought I'd try making a follower, and I followed a whole load of guides online, because there's guides that just walk you through everything. And then it was now. Does the cat have a name? Yes, it does, but I haven't decided canonically what Lucien's cat name is. So, what Lucien's cat's name is. So, don't know. Sorry. But Inigo does remind him of the cat, yes. Oh, let's see Shiva's doggo, Millie. In the main chat of Discord. Doggo! Hello, oh bless, she's very cute. She's very cute indeed. Thank you for sharing. Right, back to the mod. Okay. That's a splendid bow, I'm sure, but is there any chance you could possibly just hand it over and we'll work all this out over a nice cup of tea? No? Pity. How was that? How was that, guys? What do you think? I think that's all right. Oh, yay, thanks for the bits, Batty. One of the best followers on Bethesda. Thank you very much, Bert. That's really kind of you to say. I'm glad you think so. You would redo. What would you do differently, Bert? What did you think was wrong with the take? Let me know, and I'll endeavour to correct it in a retake. You didn't sound as enthusiastic. Well, it's not necessarily meant to be an enthusiastic line. Nah, I like it. I'm exporting that. You're not going to get much better than that, I'm afraid, with multiple retakes. Enough people said they liked it. If you'd all said it didn't sound good enough, I'd have retaken it. But, oh, what did I do there? I deleted it. But I am happy with that. I'm going to give it a touch of, no, neutral. What is UHMP? I know not what this is. You say that. I like taking the audience opinion into account, for sure. Because I'm making this, well, partly for me, but partly for you guys, so it does matter. Right. I've got my eye on you, and so is my bow. It's weird like that. No, not quite. Try again. A bit further back from it, because we're further away here. Don't want to pop the mic. I've got my eye on you, and so has my bow. It's weird like that. Not quite. I've got my eye on you, and so has my bow. It's weird like that. Ha! Yes, without that. Yes, without audience participation, we would not have that wonderful line that we're shortly going to record. I'll try one more time. Don't really know what I'm trying to get with this line. Just sort of playing around with it a bit. I've got my eye on you! And no. I've got my eye on you! No. I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you. It's weird. It's gone weird. I've got my eye on you. 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 Oh, yeah, has it pushed up? I don't know. I've got my eye on you. Nah, I'll keep that take that we did before. Pointy strand. It'll happen when I keep putting the headphones on and taking them off. Yeah, it is an afterthought. Exactly. Cool. Export that. So we've done the combat lines. Just check I did get the lips for both of those. Yeah, and that one. Welcome back, the Ripchen. So what? Just literally after you just left, I was trying to ask you because the name you requested. I saw your message on Patreon. Thank you again so much for pledging. It's super kind of you to pledge. But the name that you requested was Ruhn, and I thought I'd just check the pronunciation with you. I can either pronounce it Rune, or I can pronounce it Rune, if you want me to try and sound more German, but I'm not quite sure with that. I can do Rune, Rern, or Run. Rune, Rern, or Run. A Rune, B Rern, Rune. I don't know. Rune, Rern, or Ran. Let me know which one you want. First one, second one, or third one. Or something else entirely. Bethesda Studios shall employ you. Will they indeed? That would be absolutely wonderful if they did, but highly unlikely. Oh, thanks so much for the bits, Bingle! /May. That's really kind of you. What's the highest note you can hit while singing? I have no idea. Want me to try? Nope. This is the one I want there. Can't quite hit that one. No, that one. And what is that? That is... that's a D. There you go. I can hit a D. More or less. Whether or not it's a good quality note, we don't know. That is D5. That's what I can do. So, Ripchen, you want Rune, then? Rune. Not quite right, but close enough. I'm sorry, I'm not German. If you can describe in any way how to pronounce it, or I can whack it into a Google Translate thing, can't I? See what that says. We want it in, and I want to know what it sounds like in German.
Run.
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 Un.
Run.
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 Run. Yeah, I can't roll it.
Run.
There's no way Lucian's going to roll the R every single time he says your name. I'm afraid that's very high effort.
Run.
Rune.
Run.
I mean, thing is, you can always just take this as being Lucian's attempt at pronouncing it. You know, if he's heard you say it and is trying to say it back to you. Yeah? Okay, Google Translate got it perfect.
Run.
Run. Run.
Run.
Rune.
Run.
Rune.
Run.
Rune. Ruin. It's basically ruin.
Run.
Rune. Okay, that's the best I can get. Ruin. Hello there, Ruin. Good morning, Ruin. How are you, Ruin? Does that sound okay? You happy with that? Great. We'll stick with that then. How do I pronounce that word? Liana? I don't know. I've been saying your name, Leah. Liana? Is that fine? This bow keeps winking at me. If it's trying to flirt, I'm afraid I'm really not interested. That's fine. Liana? Rather than Liana? Liana? Is that better? Liana? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Pleasant is always a weird word. It seems like it should have... It is pleasant, isn't it? Pleasant, yes. Can't be the most pleasant existence if so. Do you think this thing is sentient? Can't be the most pleasant existence if so. Ooh, a gling. Oh, Ross Script Writing is now hosting you. Thank you very much for the host, Ross. Wonderful to have you here again. Thank you for rejoining. I know we had you here on Thursday. Very kind of you to host me. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Hello again. Da 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 la da 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 la ba 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 da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba da bum 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 ba da ba da 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 ba da ba da 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 not yet dead. Ah, just skipped ahead by like 500 lines. There we go. Right. I can't help but feel that I can't help but feel like this bow is staring into my soul. It's really rather unsettling. go. So you are a voice actor. I am an amateur voice actor. I don't do any professional voice acting work, but I voice act Lucien, yeah. He's my mod. I make him and I voice him. Do you sing songs as a tenor at all? Yes, I am a tenor. I used to try a little bit of bass, but predominantly really my vocal range is a tenor, but I don't really have all the notes of a tenor. The top notes that a tenor is supposed to have, I don't have. But, you know, I'm kind of out of practice with proper singing. I think with a bit of work, I can get back up there again. But, yeah, I don't quite have the power. I tend to go falsetto when I go higher. So, like, Toss a Coin to Your Witcher is an absolutely fantastic song, but man, that goes high. It's a wide range that you need to sing that. It's like Andrew Lloyd Webber. Yeah, there we go. Right, here we are. This is the line. Joseph, someone drew you more fan art in the Discord. Let's have a look-see. Oh no, we've already talked about this fan art. However, it is amazing fan art. We love this fan art very much. It's amazing. This is really cool. And that's really cool. And I love all the fan art. Fan art's fantastic. Oh, thanks for the follow, Malk Boy. I mean, I would love to do professional voice acting work if the opportunity ever came along, but it's quite a tricky industry to get into. Right. This line is quite long. It's going to be difficult to get right. Granted, it's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you, but you know what they say. No. Let's try it again. Granted, it's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you, but you know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. No, I knocked the mic there. Dang it. Okay. Granted, it's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you, but you know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. I went a bit cockney there. Beauty's in the eye of the bow holder. Of the bow holder. All right, Governor. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, innit? Granted, it's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you, but you know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. Get it? Because it's got an eye? Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. I didn't quite get the... I'll try it one more time. Granted, it's a bit creepy the way that weapon looks at you, but you know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the bow holder. Get it? Because it's got an eye? Let's try that. I like that take. Let's go with that. Thanks, Ghosty. You're so supportive. Yes, this is for the Ruins Edge Creation Club file. Now, the thing with hello greetings like this is you want to get the time before the intro nice and tight, otherwise you get a weird pause. Toss a coin to your witcher, O valley of plenty, O valley of plenty, whoa. Toss a coin to your witcher, O valley of plenty. Ba-na-na-na-num. When a humble bard graced to ride along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. I'm very grateful for your help with the pun lines here. I think it's massively improved the mod. If only there was some way of controlling the enchantment on that bow. But then that's Sheogorath for you. Totally random. Question on pronunciation. How do you guys like to go with it? Does Sheogorath sound right? Or would you say Sheogorath? Sheogorath, 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 Sheogorath. What do you think? Shay. Thanks, Watcher. That's funny. Sheogorath. I think that's the way he says it. Which is, obviously, he wouldn't know how his name pronounced, but... So long as you all agree. Sheogorath. That's Sheogorath for you. Totally random. Sheogorath. 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 Nah, Sheogorath. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, bum 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 bum, make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Sheogorath, well, he has got a sort of Irish accent. It goes kind of Irish and Scottish and all sorts, but there's definitely some Irish in there. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness at your service. Top of the morning to ya. Is a terrible Irish accent, and I'm so sorry to any of you who are Irish. Don't call her Anne-Marie. Mr. Sandman, man me a sand. Sand him a man and a man hooked or hand. Please send down your sandy hands, Mr. Sandman, man me a sand. Mr. Sandman, bring me a rat, bum 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 bum, make him the cutest that I've ever pat. Where's the line? Here we are. I have to wonder, why is everything the Daedra make so downright creepy? I mean, an eyeball in a bow. Who even thinks of that? I have to wonder. I like that take. 4 lines left, I think, after this. So we're nearly done. Nearly. Please send down your sandy hands, Mr. Sandman, man me a sand. I have to wonder, why is everything the Daedra make so downright creepy? I mean, An eyeball in a bow? Who even thinks of that? A little bit of suave Lucien there for you. Alternate replacer coming soon. Not coming soon. Don't hold me to that. It's not coming. I hate sand. It's so coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Not like here, where everything's soft and smooth. Do a German, Lucien. Hello there. My name is... No, that doesn't work. Hallo. Wo ist mein Handy? Ja, mein Name... ich heiße Lucien Flavius. Ich wohne in Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil, das ist French. Das ist doch French. Ich wohne in Cyrodiil. 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 Nein. Das ist nicht richtig. An Italian Lucien. Hello, my name is Lucien Flavius. I am a scientist, a philosopher, and something of a musician, but I'm afraid that is more of a hobby, really. I am a lover and not a fighter. Oh, he's standing the Khajiit now. Hello, this one's name is Lucien Flavius. This one is scientist, philosopher, and amateur wizard. Though, this one thinks this is more of a hobby. It's a me, a Lucien. Wahoo! Here we go. Lucien, catch you next time. Nintendo, woohoo! +1 for American Lucien. Howdy, y'all. My name is Lucien Flavius. I'm a scientist, a philosopher, and something of a musician, though I suppose. That's more of a hobby, really. I'm here in Tamriel for one reason and one reason only, and that is to find somebody to travel with. Yeehaw! Giddy up, Clive. We're going on an adventure. It's a me, a Patronax. What is better? To be born good, or to, no, what is better? To be born good, or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? We did that line already. Did you come for Teenwag with an old Dover? You're welcome. Alright, I'll stop. What will you burn? Yahoo! What will you spare? Avu saro wada. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate. I'm afraid I don't know how to do a Portuguese/Spanish accent. I can't do that one, sorry. Have I played Red Dead Redemption? I have not played Red. I have not played the Red Dead Redemption. Hi, I'm Lucien Flavius, and I approve this message. Can you... Can you feel that? No, no, no. Hello there. My name is Lucien Flavius. My name is... I've confused myself by doing all the accents. Okay. Hello there. My name is Lucien Flavius. Can you feel that? No. No, 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 no. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate it. No, no, no. Goofed it again. Okay, we're going to try one more time. Can you feel that? There's something here. No. Okay, pause it. Try one more time. One more time. Come on. Got to get back into it. Can you feel that? No. Can you feel that? Whispers. Can you feel that? There's something here. Powerful magic, but chaotic. I think we ought to investigate. It could be dangerous to leave for someone else to find. That'll do. Yeah. Good enough for rock and roll. Hi, Ninja Cheddar Biscuits. Welcome to the stream. I'm Suave Lucien Suavius, and welcome to the stream. How are you? Flirt? That wasn't my intention. Not at all, madam. Dee-dee-dee-da-doo-da-da-da-da-da-da. In Russia, Dragonborn follow Lucien. Whatever it is I can sense in this cave, we can't let these bandits keep it. There's no knowing what they might use it for. So I'm just going to rush through these last lines because we're running out of time. Well, as creepy looking as that bow is, we can't just leave it here. Oh, amazing. Yeah, no, I'm doing really well, thanks today, Ninja. Really enjoying streaming and modding at the same time. What colour would Lucien dye his hair if he had to? God. He likes it blonde as it is. Maybe he'd be feeling all edgy and go for, black? Evil Lucien, black? Black hair? Sort of Dracula style? Marvellous! Mission accomplished! That really is a most intriguing bow. Awesome. Another one and done. Is it that I'm just on a roll here, or is it that I'm being less picky because we're running out of time? Who can say? I think it's fine. I'll make him happy here. Give it about 30 on the happy scale. Is it just me, or does this bow smell ever so faintly of cheese? Perhaps I'm just imagining it. And number 22, there we go. And number 22. Dark side, Lucien. My name is Lucien Flavius. I am a scientist and a philosopher. And such. There we go. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lucien Palpatine. Sheev Flavius. Right, anyway, we've exported all that dialogue now. So we can save that and close it down. While I'm thinking about it, we need to back them up, which is in the Sounds Archive folder. I keep backups of all of these. So this is now before I start editing them, this is Lucien Ruins Edge Patch. And we just grab all the lines and chuck them in there. With the WAVs. Come on. No? Do it. There we go. Skip. It's fine. We did it already. Great. Now I'm just going to quickly boot up Audacity. Do it. Why are we drinking from a wine glass today? Because we are having non-alcoholic white wine. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I like that as well. Gang. My homies. What's good in the hood? What's neat in the yeet? Okay, that one doesn't work. An old image of Lucien in the fan art channel. Haha, yeah, I love that one. He has seen things. Right, okay. Where were we? We were in Audacity. And we have opened them all. So now we need to normalize them. That will bring them all to the same volume level. So the quiet ones won't be too quiet and the loud ones won't be too loud. So we'll just do that. Normalize to -3 dB. That's the correct level for Skyrim. And then we export multiple. And we choose the right folder. We don't want that one. We want the Ruins Edge patch. There we go. Yeet. Yo, my name's Lucien Flavius. I'm a scientist, a philosopher, something of a musician, innit? Brap brap, in the hood. Roadman Lucien. Nah, that's Cockney. Alright, Governor, Cockney Lucien. That's not working. I can't even, what are words? How do I accent? Wagwan. My name is Lucien Flavius, yeah? I'm a scientist, I'm a philosopher, and if you're not careful, I'm going to sing you as Ragnar the Red. Only it's going to be Raggers the Red, and we know what happens when I sing like that. Went Cockney again. There you go. Right, so if I now refresh this and sort by date modified, there you go, it's just modified all of them to be the correct volumes. So now we need to close Audacity and open up the Yakitori audio converter and quickly whack them into some fuses. And then job's a good 'un. As they say. There we go, convert that lot. Lucien was my favourite member of the Beatles. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright to do that and do that and do that and do-do-do-do-do. So now we can delete all the wavs and lips, and we're just left with the fuses, of which we have 21, as expected. Should it have been 21? Didn't we end up at 22? Did I forget to do the last line? The last one was that one. Does this bow smell ever so faintly of cheese? Oh, of course, I've just deleted it. But it would have been the last one in the archive. (42)21 lines. The last one in the archive, the date modified was then. Oh, no, that's the lip. We can't open that. Open the WAV. Is it just me, or does this bow smell ever so faintly of cheese? Yeah, no, it was there. So we must have only recorded 21 lines. I'll just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, there are 21. My mistake. I originally thought there were 21, and then I thought there were 22. But no, 21, and we've got all those lines there, which is brilliant. So now it's a matter of testing in game, which I don't have time to do at the moment because I've got to go for dinner, guys. But yes, so I will get testing this. Oh, look, I have got a pointy little tuft there. Yeah, I'm going to get testing this after dinner. Hopefully, I will be able to get some of the testing team on it. I think Noon has said they have it. Yeah, I will make sure it's all working as expected. And then if it is, I will probably release it tomorrow. So you can all get stuck into that. So thank you all so much for watching. It's been really fun sharing this whole process with you again. I'm definitely want to do this more in future for the rest of the Creation Club patches. You know, you might as well watch them be made. And if it teaches you a thing or two about how to mod, then that's fantastic. Always happy to answer questions and stuff. Oh, hello, Lulery. Lulery. Haven't spoken to you. Lovely to have you on the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in for the first time. If any of you haven't followed the channel, please do follow the channel because then you won't miss future streams. So if you just hit that follow button, I'd really appreciate that. And then you'll know that when I'm next online because it'll send you a little notification. You can also follow me on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter and on Tumblr if you're a Tumblr person. And otherwise, if you may well have heard me, I know I say this all the time, but if you look just below this stream, you will see there is a picture of the front cover of a book that has my name on it. That is my novel that I wrote. And if you wouldn't mind just clicking on it, it'll take you to Amazon where you can see it for 99 cents. You don't have to buy it, obviously, but if you could just click on it and check it out, I'd really appreciate that. Because I'm trying to build myself up as a writer a bit, you know, hopefully get some sales. And I'd really appreciate it if you could check it out on Amazon if you've got the time. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you again really soon. Okay. Be good to one another, wash your hands, be happy. See you guys. Bye.